shoot. Calmed my mind, came back. So let's just listen to a couple of these that we never listened to last time.
Want to discuss?
Oof. My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious.
Okay.
Favorite chapter? Revelations.
Good.
She did use her words. There was always end times this and lake of fire that on kind of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
Wow, that guy was pretty messed in the head. He was just like, ha! World's ended? That's pretty normal for me. Ah. I feel like he's the guy, the villain off of Prison
You
Break.
previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time.
Oh, I thought he
I've
was
been
getting
trying
killed.
to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
I think we got some of Brad's recordings when we were in Faro last time, in the building, so it seems that what he's crying about now is the fact that Beautiful didn't think anything would ever happen, but that's the future for you. Unpredictable. And what it's going to do.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Alright, this time hopefully it don't cut out. I'm going to talk now and again so it doesn't.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist.
Nothing new there, guys.
But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness.
Sounds like Eden from
What
Fallout.
would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose.
The Alpha
Now
and
these aren't
Omega.
AIs, but make no mistake. Each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a
there
fully
and
automated
Hades.
terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas,
Interesting.
to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings,
Oh my God.
spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will
That's
learn
us.
of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream.
Oh my God.
It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Okay. That's pretty profound revelation there.
Whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
So a lot of things to think about there.
By a machine. A machine of creation.
So first,
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
a lot of influence from some other games there. I'm pretty sure that this concept of rebuilding the world has been done in a couple of different games. Certainly the Garden of Eden kits were something on a smaller scale. Let's think for a moment though. Remember the guy who drank blood? Earlier episodes, we did an episode about exquisite taste or something like that, acquired taste. The blood drinker guy, he said that there was some robot Mother Nature. You even questioned him. You were like, you sure you're not mixing up with Mother Nature? He said, no. There is a robot that is connecting all things, the great hive mind. That's 100% Gaia. But then he said that stopped. So that's also interesting though. Those robots we're killing off casually in the wild, they're filtering air. They're actually healing the ecosystem. They've been what's been making this place habitable again. It's absolutely amazing. I think it's a good, very good concept. I would love to have a book written on that. I don't know what you would write, but it'd be... Well, they've made it into a game, so I suppose that's close enough, right? But that's amazing. If you could have a story. Blah 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 blah. Some other crap, I don't know. People either being killed, indefinite detentions, and so you know, good with that, good with the bad. Exploration, good. Yes. What's this? Everything that talks. More councillor guidelines. It is virtually important that candidates choose to participate in the Project Zero voluntarily, knowingly, without additional coercion. Confirm that candidates emphasize that they're dedicated. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection. Blah 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 blah. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. Possible regret. When candidates challenge the plausibility of the project, Project Zero don't permit them to review documents. Okay, so what I get from that is this Elysium. Basically, they take your DNA. They're going to take your DNA and put you in the database. We are probably born from the DNA structure of Dr. Sorbeck, and that's likely why whatever it is trying to kill us. Hades.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
Where the heck are we going to go now? So old Brad there's like, remake the world? Sounds like a plan.
If you're still nauseous. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue.
Alert.
I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock? You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety. I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family? I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
What? Wow.
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Albert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years. I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words. I'm sorry. Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over. I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Oh gosh. So, that's not the nicest thing to hear. People were made impossible sterile. Probably so the robots wouldn't come after them. The idea that you can live past the final day. There we go. Stranded shackles. We've almost got all the items to get the stranded box, whatever was inside that. Read the last of that data message.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead.
Oh,
Stocking up?
for the inevitable. I like to always have 3 arrows on
Intruder! Get her!
for just
Whatever
this
you
reason.
do, don't die now.
Oh jeez. Why would you do rubbish? Can we sneak attack?
This is not a
Rather well that round. Oh jeez. Ready? And what? That's it. Ready for this? 1, 2, 3.
Not this good.
And that. And that. Jesus. That's why I should probably look when going
I
around
hashed it
corners.
out with them. What the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you.
Wow.
Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
I think there's most people probably of that 2,000 inhabitants probably decided let's just kick the bucket. I think in another way they didn't need to force sterilise everyone. If most people were like, yeah, I don't want to, I want to die at the end, then you probably could have had the inhabitants. You know, there's only like 300 people there. There's more than enough to go around.
Zero Dawn. It is art in a way.
Hey, what? Why did you say? Must be more to it than that.
Zero Dawn. It is art in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm?
By skill.
My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
I guess Apollo was the idea of bringing animals back. If you think about... Right, so we all remember from the Bible the 7... Supposedly God's 7 days, he created the earth in 7 days. Sounds an awful lot like what their project is. They literally split off the various arms of their machine god into 7. They had Zeus is Gaia, followed by, you know, the various other ones. What's this one?
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor.
The heck?
She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course?
Is there another route?
Extinction?
I've done this before.
That's natural.
Just need my focus.
Zero Dawn? No, ma'am. That ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too. Just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Wow. That guy, he's just got so much mentally wrong with him that he's definitely going to survive the apocalypse. He sounds like the kind of guy that when we open up the box at the end in old Elysium to see who's left, we'll find he's probably going to be there. Doesn't sound like he wants to miss the opportunity. Looks like we're going downstairs to fix something. Do you want to take a fire start with us? That's probably a good idea. save one of the weapons, just in case we run into friends. See those Black Tarja? They don't know what they're sitting on. First time seeing an ancient vault in years, and they want to kill me. The guy who got it for them. It's a waste. Anyway, these are some medicals.
Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
No answers available here, but this will give me answers.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for...
Down. I'm going to assume that's fine. No, that's not fine. Alright, so... opposite side, this is all... the instructions upside down, so that's meant to be... the start should be going down. That's broken. All this stuff is broken. So I guess we start with this side. If we say this is the front, that should be down then. The second one is west. The third one points up. That's fine. Fourth one points east. That way. And the last one is pointing down. So, I think this will be the right way around. No? So not in the right order. First one should be pointing down. Down, left. Oh, is there something else going on here as well that we don't know about? Tell you what we do then. Just switch this to go the other way. And switch this to go the other way. What? What's going on here? Let's flip down its head. Should be pointing left. Yeah, that was fine where it was. I was saying everything was backwards. So it's not just that that's upside down.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
So it's all backwards. So okay, let's try something new. So this is all currently set to the right way. She's saying it's all backwards anyway. So we put this up. This can go backwards. Tends to mean it's going it's facing the wrong way. Put that down. Put that on the outside. And put this facing up. What the heck? What's wrong? Oh my, useless. Those rubbish this is. How are we gonna fix this? Up, up. Left. Did the old-fashioned way, we're really lazy. something wrong here in the extremes. Oh, horror, data shows. I don't get it. Down, down. One face is down. One face is left. One face is up. One face is right. One face is down. Oh, what's going on here? The hell? What the? When did that get revealed? How do we complete the circuit? So, for some reason this bit's now been revealed. So, it says left, up, left, down, right. So, left. Up. Left. Down. Right. Press the wrong button.
Good. I should check the door nearby.
What the? I don't get how using that somehow managed to reveal that. I was just so weird. Broken system. What? That must be the
Found
missing
one.
thing.
Looks intact.
Hello? Still that there? Alright, now this should be easy. Alright, now we know what to do. So, down. That's down, don't know why we're doing that. So, down. Then it's west. Then it's up. Then it's east. And it's down again.
That did it.
Sweet.
Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Door upstairs, right? I think. Yeah. Now we can. Let's go heavy, guys. Don't know what's going on inside the door, but ain't gonna be pretty. No, we dropped it. Sheesh.
Eclipse. They're here.
Somehow.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Yeah, we're in for a battle. Guy shouldn't be here. Right, I'll tell you what we do. Mark them off. We've learned nothing of stealth. What? What's that sound? Oh no, he got alerted. Thought we were gonna like assassinate, didn't work out.
hard ground.
Uh-oh. That... Shit. Where's it gone? Ah! Died, another with that.
Shadow take you.
Shadow can take this. Come on, bro. Come out. Come outside. I want to say hi. Shadow take you, man. Shadow ain't gonna take me today. Are any more knocking around? Oh, for God's sake.
We're under attack. I'm looking right at him.
Alright, you're on the ground, bro. Now I'm looking right at you. Where'd he go? He's out. Whoa! Woo!
The shadow will reach you wherever you go.
We're back. Oh, he's doing triple drop as Oh, he's shooting some fast arrows. Just not let him shoot. Themselves there. This guy had to shoot off 3 arrows. The way he trained. The way he's not trained, it didn't range. A couple of these baddies up about on the track. Not sure if I'd hit there.
That's the last one.
Holy shit.
Or not.
Woo! A lot of disappeared. There you go, problem solved there. Problem was solved. What's going on there?
Room's
Ah,
clear.
no.
For a moment, anyway.
Yeah.
Get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Have a moment's rest for these wickets.
Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Alert. Structural failure prevents access.
For what? Put that back. Don't leave any prox bombs around, we can use those. I suppose we can use this. Let anything look about first. You guys have a lot of explosives on them. Is there anything we can read in this room? Usually there's not. If it's a room 14, they don't usually have anything we can read. No, I didn't think so.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus.
Oh?
As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers.
Yeah.
The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots.
They're built
The
themselves.
last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
Something happened.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, a Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Well, we know Hades is also linked to this. And the machine's turning on us? They want us to kill them? Oh, simulation results. Wow, you weren't kidding about, guys. Predilection for animal morphology. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes. Is a world that comes to mind, as though she already mourning their loss, and not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil records. Too, references to megafauna in some of her designs, so cool. Whatever, she thinks her Hephaestus will empower her to build it. Just wish we blah 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 blah. So, I don't know if Hephaestus also made the metal flowers that allow plants to grow out of that, or if that was a different aspect of Gaia. It's clearly saying that Gaia was inspired by the world that existed before. Full steam ahead. If I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction of the stocking of blood silos store raw materials is excellent. This combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan add up to a comprehensive plan and start construction. One detail, consult with someone before you finalize the silo inventories. The fighter's first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Nirvana will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. I think, considering the scale of Creighton, basically God Part 2, all the machines, the fact there was a lot of mechanical stuff in the factories when we went there.
I've seen these shapes before.
They brought it up.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
That's the cauldron in the corner over there, isn't it? What was she on about? Oh, what this? No, I don't see anything else we can read. It gives a bit more insight. Whatever, let's just move on, next room. Evidently we're going to be going up, but it's always good to check what's down. I'm going to set it back onto the correct quest that we're on. I don't know why it switched. Where are we going now? Oh, hello. Oh, we need to get into that room. How do we do that? Seems like there's a side door here.
I think this is it.
Who killed these guys?
Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
Who killed the cultists? Oh, was that us? That's probably us. Yeah, I think we shot them.
More Eclipse.
Careful now.
Whoa, there's a lot of them knocking about. I wonder if there's some sort of defensive measures we can activate to kill them. Don't think we're going to run into them. Unless they get into the Solbeck office, we're going from underneath. We shouldn't have to kill them. Oh crap. They're below us, aren't they? Just one room away.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future centuries. I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic.
Cover the major languages.
The transfer and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system.
I think that's what we're using.
Is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
So, important question I have to ask here. What was the point of having all the data banks in 4 different languages? I know this is not really a big thing, maybe, right? But we're saying all of humanity gets wiped out, right? Just take a moment to think about that. All of humanity is wiped out. What would that mean? No language whatsoever, right? And then we're creating humanity again. So they'll develop their own language. Why do we think, for one moment, there'll be somehow, because the 4 major languages of today are English, Chinese... Well, in reality, right now, it's like English, French, German, Chinese, and all this. But why would you think that English, Arabic, Chinese, and... what was the last one? Spanish. What's the point of doing all the data entries in those 4 languages if all of humanity's going to be dead anyway? They're going to come back and they might even have their own language. I mean, the fact that everyone in Utah here seems to speak English, I don't know why that is. Maybe it's in our DNA code. Maybe that's why the data banks are in English so we can read it. But does that mean somewhere else there's similar thing has gone on and Chinese people have been, say, reborn with the Chinese language in their mind already? Not a lot of people can write Mandarin in China as it is, so they can speak it, they can't write it, so what's the point? It's not that perfect, the system over there. It's the same with Spanish and Arabic. I mean, put it in Arabic, say the English files get corrupted, and all the world's knowledge is in Arabic, but you're Arabic generation. Like, what I'm trying to say here is I'm not entirely sure how they're saying this whole system would work and what the point is of having it in these 4 languages. You could just save it all in one language, it wouldn't matter. That's what I'm saying. What you need is a method of people in the modern age, in this new modern age, being able to understand the language changes. But they don't, so... blah blah blah. So they got some sort of hammer archive. And that's the other thing. I think there's over 1 billion pieces of data entries in the world already on Wikipedia. It's like an insane amount. So 180 million really isn't much. That's like taking the cream of the crop. So it's already hooved up 40 million bits of data. They try to preserve 4,500 languages. Apparently they lost because the country of Papua New Guinea must have been lost, taken over by robots. So they just went, alright, never mind, we'll cut that one out. Speaking of heuristic curricula, they are performing well in the testing with children and adolescents, demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust for the Aristotle and persona. Personally, I find them highly engaging. So they're saying, so Greek philosophy has found its way into the future, which is great for Greek philosophers. Not so good for, we don't see Sir Francis Bacon hasn't made it in there, for example. As far as we know, he probably has. They're saying all the major ones got in there, so he's probably alright. Him, Locke. Do you think because it's America and they're pro-capitalism, do you reckon they just cut Marx out of the history books? Just said, oh no, never mind. That philosophy never existed. That old bunk. Just a stab in the dark here. Oh, he's down. No one else has noticed yet. Don't have too many more to kill. I can't see some of these people. Oh, he's down. Might have alerted someone. Someone alert? They're like are alert and not alert at the same time. Someone's getting more alert. Where's this one come from? Oh, there's more of them.
Move along now.
Oh, he's down. He's out of the question. Someone's up here on the second floor. Don't know how we killed that one. Oh, no. Stay down, stay down. He's out. What was in this room? Oh. I'm pretty sure we're going to need to go upstairs at some point, but I don't like having Eclipse alive. This must be a data bank. I'm pretty certain this is early days Apollo here. This is where it was. This is the storage facility. Uh-oh. He's sort of seen us. He's contemplating it. He's contemplating it. He might come downstairs. Now we get to see where they come out.
That's the last of them. Along once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Nothing is left. Yeah, they didn't foresee cold and nice, did they? This is all the world's knowledge. I remember reading a book by... did you ever read The Shannara Correction? By Terry Brooks.
Try me now.
So not the Terry Brooks that did the Discworld. This is a different Terry Brooks. But in one of his books, he talks about they're also a post-apocalyptic situation where sort of plague infests the world. It's a plague of evil, and the solution was good. Basically, they nuke the whole world and then someone survives. But anyway, apart from that, similar thing. They find a data. They decide for the future they'll store everything on machines, all the world's history, thinking, oh, it was a good idea at the time. And then afterwards, future generations say, oh, it's great, but you need to know how to access all this world data, otherwise it's useless. And in fact the stuff that they found valuable were the things that were on books, because, well, it's like nowadays, right? If we went back to Egyptian times, a gold tablet gives you a lot more secrets than if they had alien
Dr.
hardware
Sobek,
that we could
please
use.
archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Well, I guess we heard his, that was his admission to guilt. He mentioned he wanted saved when we were in the Pharaoh archives before. Good to have heard that now. Fortunately we grabbed that. I had been hoping there would be actually something in here in Apollo's databases that we could have used. I guess the answer is no. Another unsightly falsehoods. Nope. Nothing on top of the old databases. From what I can tell, it's only bodies left. Body. We'll just go into that room. Oh, here we go.
Welcome to Hades. Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol. The ultimate killer app.
What?
Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may... Imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocating. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Annihilation on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Definitely influenced by the word
so
void.
if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Maybe Hades was also built to be a metal devil, and the reason why it's trying to kill her is because she has the DNA of the old world. Perhaps Dr. Suro and all that was an attempt once. We know that we're probably a recreated human. Maybe we are a previous generation of life. Maybe this is like the third restart. And we're just finding that out. Blow Earth for a load of crap. They're just noise complaints. I don't know. Any talkie? Hades Protocol. Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If it ain't worth 10 to 12 hours a day dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done the business. So Hind had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulating after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying testamentary to hide its interference. Sneaky, I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. So what this guy's saying is they couldn't set Hades up so that it was like the devil, that the actual plague of robots that destroyed everyone before. They said, right, we can't do that, because when they did that, Hades would come in, if it was too strong, it would kill everything, and then it would weaken Gaia so Gaia can take back control and solve things. The solution was Gaia's doing its business. When Hades wants command, it sort of creates a bubble so it can't attack her, but she can't attack him. While she's off the system, he goes wrecks everything, then just disappears. She wakes back up, solves the problems. I have a feeling that we might be the second or third world, and that she's linked to the previous one, but could be wrong. Archive abuse. Mr. Tate, this email concerns Apollo Archive. Your 666 submission in just 5 days. And oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, inappropriate materials, you choose to submit holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme explicit exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favourite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of making a millipede. Don't worry, The Palasconi material has already been preserved. Extreme perhaps, but art. Oh, making movies, that's the Human Centipede movie, isn't it? We're talking about. For clarity, a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embedded in the Judge Potter's famous utterance, I know it when I see it. Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Fraud Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I've directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save after all, and the rest, blah blah blah. The Iranian lady. Some name.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Wow, that Tate guy did a piece of work. The world is reviewed to us again. Well, this one we're going to have to click on. Let's do it. Wait, what are these?
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions.
Oh, hello.
For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist.
Sounds like a Swiss.
I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Okay. So basically that guy was behind the creation of cloning facilities, is how it sounds. The idea of the facilities were unedited humans, which is probably a good idea, because if you try to edit humans, we've got a lot of DNA coding. A lot could go wrong very quickly. So it's probably better to try and just freeze it and clone it normally without messing up the genome. They say 95% of the genome, we have no idea what it does. So you muck about with the other 5%, you have no idea what that'll do. Is what this is saying. So FS chambers. I don't know what you had to give Farzath in trade to get these chambers, but it's worth it. For a single leap, there have 50 years of technological shortcomings. The rise of Echo resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Harmony stability resolved. Before I examine these chambers, I consider the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of Easy's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Solus doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of chambers will present a number of challenges, but I am confident they can be resolved. If going to the rest for a few hours, then get back, expect the fabrication plan 48 hours. So what they're saying it gives more reason to the idea that we ourselves may have been one of these test tube babies. Although why we were released as a child, this seems to suggest that we could be kept in the machine until we reach adulthood, or at least teen years, and then released. We were released as a child. So it's very strange. Perhaps humanity survived, but we're part of the old world's solution, like Gaia's solution, or maybe Gaia made it. I have you know what? I have no idea. But it's all suggestions right now. Maybe we're part of a different kind of solution. Cradle sealed. Okay, so Elysia was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Being back from crucial systems is good, for our maiden voyage is a success. Regards my dispute with the betas over Zugat's selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simultaneously of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is a margin for refinement in future cradle production populations. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Lithium 2 site inside Mount Namili, I will formulate and propose a modified Zigit selection plan within a week. So they did make... it sounds like China got taken quite early, but they managed to put their first sort of test machine in place there, which I suppose is good. They are definitely going to be Chinese people. What the... What is... There's something weird... I don't think I'm meant to be falling through the floor like that. That's a bit odd. Alright, so this is the Serval Pioneer. Development of the artificial personnel for cradle supervisors and blah 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 continues at a good pace. We are targeting turning 04 for these constables, blah blah blah. Started blah 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 blah. I have also attached the salver crap. So not really that important. Why does it look like that?
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Is this one working? Model K. Are these examples or are they operational?
Yeah.
Well, they can't be. They might be operational, but they're not in use at the moment because, as we know, no humans have popped out of this thing recently. So whether they were working previously, and that's how the first humans came, we don't know, because we don't know if this thing succeeded or if humanity just somehow recreated itself against it.
Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
She wondered if
There's
she was
only one way to be sure.
We're gonna have to go there.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Need to know if we are a test tube baby or not. Or if Elizabeth is alive. How do... I thought everyone was meant to be sterilized. Why are we still around? It's going up or down? Oh, it goes up. Right. I was wondering. Can't go any further up. This must be the place. Anything around this side, this bend? Nothing. Alright, we're in the room. I guess. Hello, what's some big pieces of hardware around here. Let's check out some of these other discs first though.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Whoa.
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
I think you were saying, you know, Elizabeth didn't want to have a kill switch because there wasn't really a kill switch for Ted's monster that he created. I suppose he created a robot that's meant to think purely about war strategy. What was he expecting to happen? And now they're creating a robot that's thinking purely about preservation of life and worried if it will also turn towards the preservation of war. So I suppose it's a valid
Looks like
argument.
it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
What the heck? This is pretty big. See what's in here. I think it's Gaia.
Bots would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I have gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
That's what she wanted.
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Emotions what she wanted.
Bots would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I have gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment?
The hell is a quaternary extinction?
Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience...
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if...
What if she dies?
Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
She says not for nothing.
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things
are possible. Let's finish that for her. So she wanted to bring her basically mother back, and that's what we are, as you could say. Where are we going to go though? We've gone through the whole office. Find something's office. Oh, this is the office. Loot crate. Oh, something on the desk, something more important than that desk. So, Archimedes status, so it's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it, if those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish holographic dioramas, suspended in what's more than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession, selection of defining organisms to balance and sustainability by our atmosphere. Microorganisms assets wait, turn till our new generations can develop. There's already been too many, too late. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. Thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now, not like this, not on our watch. If you think about it, we probably look into this sort of technology now, because we want to inhabit Mars, Moon, all those places that are literally hundreds of thousands of miles away. Probably be a good idea to set something like this in place. Odyssey has failed. Uh-oh. That's not what we want to read. Subject, Odyssey has failed. Or, some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic altimeter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and life. We must succeed, Elizabeth. So I think, remember some guy was saying it's impossible, the guy was talking to the council saying there's no way in hell it's going to work, and all that, and how he was talking about the idea of robot space. Looks like he was proved
the Alpha
right.
Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who?
I gave birth to you.
Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Oh shit.
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Copy complete. I think. Who is that? Helios. Hello, that's Helios. And there goes the Alpha. Alright, so it looks like there's only one copy now.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Oh. Wonder where we wake up. No.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
You knew it was wrong, trying to bore me to death.
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts. Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun.
In a way, he's not
dark
wrong.
to light.
Do you
Hades
really not
is
hear
part
how
of
ridiculous
Gaia.
that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then get in this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal.
I hope that by not, you know,
Speaking of
smuggling the
sacrifice,
king out.
I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the East Sacred Land.
Oh, crap.
I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Now we're going to go back to Nora after this.
The Nora cast me out at birth. You're not hurting me if you hurt them.
Really? Then it makes no difference one way or another. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, Communication over distances is impossible.
Uh-oh.
You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe.
He's assuming they would go down easily.
Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it?
Is he going to destroy it?
And yet, so fragile.
Oh, jeez. I think he loved that.
So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Crap. Now we can't use any cheats while we're fighting. That's bad. But Silas has hopefully taken a copy of the alpha there. Because he was in the machine, I guess.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day.
That guy's pretty ripped.
Behold!
Oh my god, there's the old doctor. I don't know who that lady is.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause?
Uh-oh.
Many
Thunderjaw don't want to touch it.
To consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eyes of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die.
Now we're gonna take down.
Let her
what's that?
be the first of thousands.
And 2 corruptors. Do we at least have weapons? We're not doing the weapon of fight. Leave your email. Can someone interfere, please? Oh shit.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this room. Maybe I could use its strength against it.
Yeah.
That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down.
Good thing we've got loads of health backed up. We were smart. Come here, bye. Oh yeah. Gotta run. What was that, man? It breaks something.
I should try luring the behemoth into the pillars.
Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Yeah, we're gonna run now.
If that platform collapses, I'll get my weapons back.
What the hell is it doing? The smaller
Gotta
one.
get out of the way.
Whoa, mismanaged. Graft up. Resupplied. This should be quite easy to take down now. Hey, that's immunity to normal battle. Should put us on our clothes quickly. This one gave us a lot.
Hey! Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a big gun target. Come and get it! Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with its lift attacks. Freeze canister on its hips. Cryo arrow shoots it off. That canister on its belly. Looks important.
Oh, I'm sure that's really dying there. Oh, forget the canister on his belly. You've taken enough of the canister out of here. No behemoth dies today, boy. This is Sparta. Oh, what's with their faces?
Silence!
Are you gonna let me go? You're gonna throw something else at me. Hey, you got level 50 on that. Nice. Leveled up. Oh.
Shadows. Kill her.
Now we're gonna deal with corruptors. Okay,
Kill her!
they're
Why
not
leave
sure.
it to them? Come get me yourself!
Should probably end these anyway. Oh, hello. Someone's interfering. Is that the Sun King? Who's come to help out? Silas. Hey. You just throw down a bomb. We're out of here. His old friend there. Hey! Oh my god, he's got his own crew. He's taking control of them like we did with ours as well. And he's actually most deployed. Ravages. Easy prey. Alias isn't happy with that. Alright. Good job, Silas. Saved our aspect. That was a close battle. Well, we got to find the arena like we wanted. Sorta.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus.
Don't even worry about
and
that.
the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born.
He does look a little bit like that guy.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
Oh. How did you find me? You can override machines. Helis recognized you. To help Nora.
Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course.
Followed in our footsteps.
But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans.
Oh.
Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess.
Banuk people do that? But
How
our Banuk
did
guy
you
just
track
drinks
my
blood.
location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
It's straightforward.
It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
This guy literally has the sun at his back. He looks like a sun.
I'll be
warrior
on my
sun
way.
king.
To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the North Sacred
This
Land.
is, I wouldn't worry.
The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
Ooh.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who.
Oh.
Yeah!
Ah, so cool. Would we grow up? I want to grow up to be a sailor. You want to put on that Karja armor? I wonder what it was. Shadow of something armor. Let's put that on then. Oh, this is really weak armor. Well, it looks cool. Let's just attach something to it. And then after this, we'll never come back. Yeah, these melee attacks. Okay. See if those quests... Yes, it's still going. Alright guys, I'm going to quickly do the Queen's Gambit. And then we can deal with the Nora problem. What the... But let's put that... Yeah. Let's do that today. Make it an extra long thing, because I'm going to have to go off early, because I got work tomorrow. And then tomorrow, we will finish Horizon Zero Dawn. We must. Is that amazing again? No, this is our person.
Ho!
Get harmed. What's going on, bro?
You're Three-Toe Wadiv, right? Vanasha sent me. What happened?
I got hornswoggled, that's what. Vanasha batted her lashes, wiggled her hips, and promised us treasure. Clear a path for the royals, she said. Sneak past the garrison and skewer a few watches. Hardly a bother. Little did we know there was a damned monstrosity lurking underground. When will I learn not to gawk at skinny girls?
I think we all know what he's talking about. That's the digger
Why
thing.
do you think Vanasha swindled you?
My crew came to Sunfall because we heard the bounties were fat. She offered us the fattest one of all, enough to retire on. It's my own damn fault for taking the bait. Should have known I'd end up with a rupture in my useful pots.
So Vanasha needed safe passage for Nasadi and Idaman, but it didn't work out?
She made it sound so sweet and easy. Find the best path to the lake, make sure it's safe. What could go wrong? Turns out, a lot. Like bloody murder in the grinding jaws of a heinous death beast.
We know the beast.
Something...
Why the Shadow Karja didn't pay attention to the pass? Well, they don't need to. A rock-eating demon guards it for them. It tunnels in the dirt, breaks through the earth, and blasts rocks from its stinking face.
We know the what
I
type.
barely escaped. My comrades weren't so lucky. I might shed a tear if they weren't all cutthroats and cheaters.
We'll take care of it.
Fanasha will be here soon with Nasadi and Itamen. I've got to destroy that thing in the pass before they arrive.
You're not too bright, are you? Well, we didn't last long against it, but I'll tell you what I know.
Weak ice.
It has armor everywhere, a little less at the rear. And when it goes underground, it will lose track of you if you're quiet. You might even be able to keep it from going under altogether if you hit its big crooked arms hard enough.
Oh.
That's all I can offer, friend. I promise to look solemn at your funeral before I hit the bar.
Okay, I know how we can deal with this. I've taken it on before. Right, so when we took on last time, we weren't exactly the strongest people in the game. Now we are very, very strong in the game. We will need the blast sling. That's already attached. This is already attached. We've got most everything we need. I'm wondering if I should get the tier. Put that in somewhere. Let's replace this with it for now. We don't actually use that often in this battle. Let's get the bombs back up and running. These will be useful. They always tend to find a use. We will definitely be freezing it. And we will be using this to put a hole through that damn machine. Oh Christ. We've taken on before, we'll easily destroy it again. Tear blast will lead the way. Right, where do you think it is? Where did he say it was? We've got just about everything now. We've got way more upgrades than we need. Let's get that one. What we're going to do with these other spare upgrade points, I have no idea. I guess the idea is we keep them for another playthrough. Right, it's in the valley. Valley of the Kings. Is there a question mark? No, it's not. Alright. So it's down there. I think we'll take on. Ah! That it. Running around. Let's get out. Want some health. Get out some wealth. Let's rock this. This is the valley. Machine.
Like everyone, aren't you? And then you hide your face in the road.
Who are you poking, bro? Oh god. Oh, we need to get him to stop doing that. Get up and find him. There we go. He jumped on us. And the big lizard man tends to say hi. Yeah, big grindies here. We need to take his arms out next. Grindson. But what we can do, put a load of prox bombs around. Stop. Then what he does this. Boom! Are you freeze? Tail is his weak spot. Got some in there. Oh, did we kill him? That's quick. Good job, guys. I remember when this took ages. Oh, his sacks on the side, we could have hit those. That would have done more damage. Just take his parts. That's a watcher. Never mind. That might be part of him. Didn't have quite as much armor as I thought he had. Some of the soldiers he fell to ruin. Always good to resupply on the herb plants. They were keeping us alive at one point. Anyway, that's taking care of that problem. Go back to the bloke. Tell him we dealt with the machine. He should be quite happy. Done his job for him, basically.
Saving these for the trail.
It's like, oh, you're alive. Oh, yeah.
By the radiant sun, I can't believe it. I thought that evil rock chewer would grind you up. After that miracle, all we can do is wait. Vanasha will be here soon, along with a boat that'll take the royals across the lake.
Lucky man. Live to die tomorrow.
Ah, little huntress. Glad you accepted my invitation to play bodyguard. Where are your men, Huadiv? It looks like something chewed you up and spat you out.
That's pretty much exactly what happened.
The way is clear. Can we go?
I like how you always cut to the chase. In this case, literally. It won't be long before you're followed.
You're a little one.
Don't be afraid, Your Radiance. We've got excellent protection.
And I'm pretending to be Karja right now. For a unique uniform set. Gonna be like, what the hell happened?
Oh
that
dear.
looks like I've been
Here
followed.
come the Shadow Carja, and they're very angry with me.
I'll hold them off.
Very noble of you, but when I start a fuss, I like to finish it. Not that your assistant isn't welcome. Huadiv, get Itaman and his mother to the shore. Carefully.
Go with him, Nora. Oh no. We're
So
involved.
it comes to this. I must say, after 2 years under the heel of these zealots, I'm ready to extract a little blood.
Lovely. I'm ready to just not die. So, you know, each to their own. Oh god, she's happy to jump.
Some traps would be nice.
Oh, traps. Okay, right. Let's do prox bombs.
Shall we prepare a little supply? Are you sure you don't have any traps, Huntress?
These are traps. Jeez, why is everyone complaining? Got loads of traps. I just never get around to using them ever.
Take cover up there, behind that rock.
Just a matter of time.
What rock? They just throw away all the traps, I don't really care at this point.
Here they are. Let's make it move, shall we?
Prepare an ambush and run and hide away. Do they spot us? Might have done. Did I put my traps in the wrong place? One smart, two are very dumb. Are they gonna activate these traps or what?
Rost always said, patience.
Looks like they... Ah, damn, I put so many traps on the left-hand side that they've basically cleared that now, so yeah. They all look cool. Yeah, this one is. Are they that thick? Wow. Let him set off the fire trap. It didn't set off. Okay, never mind.
Wow, that was entertaining, but I suspect we're not done.
Yeah, I need to set up more traps.
More of the bastards. Get ready.
Not getting ready. I want to put up traps. Cover my ass this time. Balloon traps should do it.
Oh, children, this is just pathetic. Do me a kindness and stay still.
Well, that's working. Uh-oh.
Shall we?
Ew. Where's he gone?
Well now, seems I worked up a bit of a sweat.
We can wear a little bit of rock. Hopefully these traps will work out. Where's she gone?
I don't want to jinx it, but we might be in the clear.
There are like 70 of them here. Oh.
A bit late, aren't we, gentlemen?
Sorry, ma'am. The boat's waiting.
Damn.
The hell is that?
I spoke too soon.
This one's mine. Get to the boat.
You know, this time I think I might be out of my league. If anything happens to her, I will be very cross.
We're not going anywhere.
I've set up a lot of traps that will kill these guys very quickly. What is that? Oh, it's a thunderjaw. I haven't taken one of these on a while.
You're going down.
You can freeze it so it kills these spots. There we go. That's a nice sight. Wow. Take whatever this is. No more Mr. Nasty guy. Ha! Like that worked out. Look at the hand. He's down. Can I convert him? Probably not. But I'll tell you what we can do. We had him. We had him. Come on. We're on full health. That is ridiculous. Fine, we'll do it a different way. Let's get rid of all his various defences. Whoa, we did like 2,000 damage there. No more of those. Please it quick. Time. Just a bit more time. Oh god, there's a lot of corruption here. Oh wow. What we might be able to do is just take his disc off him. See if we can't knock him over. Let's see if we can't craft a few more health potions.
It's off.
Damn, lost them.
It looks like he's a bit low on everything now. Where's he going? What? What's going on with these two? Where'd the Carja go? Is that Carja then? Where did he just come from? Where'd the other one just... Where'd that thing just walk off to? Where's it all over there? Actually, I know what we can do. Moved really quick there. Again. Where did those guys? Why are they now decided to fight, man? There's so much wrong with this guy, man.
Get going. The boat's waiting for you.
Yeah, I bet he's waiting for me now.
The boat's waiting. Go!
Yeah, I'm going. I just wanted to take something from the battle.
Not exactly a royal barge, is it? Oh well, defectors can't be choosers. Let's get aboard, shall we?
Can't believe Helios sent a Thunderjaw after them. How was that going to save the kids? Probably wanted to be more likely to kill us all or anything.
You've done a good thing. Maybe even ended a war.
Maybe. But my war just keeps going.
And we'll return into the Shadow Kingdom. Oh, is this the Sun Kingdom we're approaching now? There's old Sun King. He's like, oh, hello again. Hello, little one.
Edaman, my brother. Welcome home. You have nothing to fear. You are now under the protection of the Sundom. My protection. As is your mother, she will not be harmed. You have my word, the law of the sun. Aloy, it seems I see your influence everywhere. You've done so much for the Sundom, and it will always be appreciated. You have my thanks. May you walk in the light.
From one hostage situation to another. Maybe the kid will get a chance to grow up properly.
I spent 2 years in the Forbidden West setting this up, and the redhead gets all the credit?
I'm still getting paid, right?
You'll be lucky if I let you live. I couldn't have done this without you. When we meet again, I'll give you a proper thanks. I promise.
He's like, I'm going to try and get my money.
Don't pass up these
Goes the hell out of that. Oh hello, where the hell are we? I don't think we've come to this bright sea again.
A woman now stands as Sunhawk of the Hunters.
Still going on about that. Where the heck are we? Oh, it's bright sea. Strangers aided the defections. Because I do not want to be in the situation of taking on a Thunderclaw with about 5 ordinary health potions and a lot of luck.
Been all over the
Okay, now we've got to go save the Nora. Oh, I just got to wipe out a few corruption points. Can't hold for that. Yeah, so been on there extra long to get this done. Another quest to go. The Heart of Nora. I'm going to find somewhere to save for now. That campsite is as good as any. Thank you for watching for this extra long episode where we saved the king of the Shadow Karja, as well as finding out something of the truth of our young Nora. Until later, as always, goodbye, but never farewell. We'll see if we can finish it tomorrow. Night.